Hey everybody, welcome back. It is now Monday night. The week's concluded. I got to watch the All 22 for a little bit, and I got to say, you know what? What you saw watching the game is pretty much what I saw watching the All 22. CMC is the offense. The offense played really well for CMC, and the defense played really well within the scheme. So without further ado, let's jump into what I have for the offense, the defense, and then you can leave your comments down below. Let me know what you think of how the Panthers played this game. So we're going to start with the easy one. Chris McCaffrey and the running backs got an A triple plus because they had an absolutely insane day. Chris McCaffrey was 176 yards on 19 carries, 61 yards on 6 catches with 3 total touchdowns. Absolutely off the charts, insane. He is an MVP candidate. That's there. He's not a quarterback, but he's an MVP candidate. Reggie Bonifon came in and he got a touchdown on a 59-yard scamper. I mean, like, this was just absolutely fantastic. So that is awesome for the running backs. The tight ends and the wide receivers, they get somewhere around a B plus because they did as much as they could. They did drop quite a few passes, but they blocked really well in the run game. They got 181 yards, minus Chris McCaffrey 60, so 120 something yards. But they did really, really well in the passing game for what they had. There were a lot of throws that were behind them. They should have caught them because they're there, but it also leaves them exposed. So at the same time, I mean, they're still going to take the hit. Going into the quarterback play, Kyle Allen leaves something to be desired. He is mediocre at best right now. I mean, he's still young. He's got a couple of starts under his belt. I got it. He wasn't coming in drafted in the 3rd round like, say, Will Grier, who is still a project case. He's an undrafted free agent from last year. He did really well to get here. He is a good football player. He's a good quarterback, but he's not making the reads, or he's just leaving stuff on the table. He's a little bit behind on the passes. I get it. I do like the fact that we are hurrying up to the offensive line, or hurrying up to the line of scrimmage a lot quicker with him under center right now. They're getting to the line at 17 or 18 seconds left on the play clock. They're hiking the ball at 15 or 12 seconds. There's still time left on that clock. They're making the defense move quickly, and they don't get to call a good defensive play and audible and match us stride for stride. I really appreciate that. Now going into the offensive line, these guys played amazing, especially being as beat up. I thought this was going to be our Achilles heel for the game, but it wasn't. They did a great job. I was really impressed with what they did, especially the zone blocking scheme for Chris McCaffrey. This was a mid-zone run, and they kept blocking it and blocking it. Now there's misdirection. There's some play design in there. I'm really impressed with how that worked. We'll get into that in coaching, though. All right. And then for the defense, you know what? For the front 7 interior linebackers, Luke, Shaq, absolutely amazing. They got A's on the day. Then you get to the defensive line, and I'm going to call it a B. We gave up 149 yards, 149 rushing yards, and 374 passing yards. So as an overall unit, not that great. Gave up 27 points. So not great as a defensive unit, but a lot of that, once again, comes down to scheme, not necessarily the players. So they were playing with 8, 9, 10 men in the box, and it was play action passes. And that's what's going to happen when you have a play action pass against that many people in the box. You're going to have short intermediate routes that are open and rack after that, and it's just going to happen. And then once again, Jacksonville had great athletic plays. DJ Shark had great plays today. Very quick, moving over the top. But the defensive line, really, after the first couple of series, just did not get G2X until the last series of the game. They didn't keep lane discipline, at least to me. But I'm not the coach. I don't know what was drawn up. To me, like, we know that quarterbacks are going to try and scramble. If we continuously leave a huge lane that is from the center to the offensive tackle open at 3.5 to 4 seconds after the secondary's done great in coverage, he's going to take off and run. And Minshew did that, and he's athletic, and he torched the defense for a little while. That being said, you know what? They did well. I mean, there were a lot of points in the game where there was just no running lanes. There was no time to pass the ball. So I was very impressed with how that worked out. And then you give that to the secondary, and the secondary is draped all over these receivers, and they're playing a slightly deeper zone to not let anybody behind them. And I really appreciate that because we did give up a couple big plays. I mean, Cockrell tried to jump a route and he got burned by it. Okay, it happens. We walked away with a win. Hopefully, he learns that he can't do that when we're playing this type of coverage. The secondary gets a good solid B plus for the day because they were able to do quite a bit. I mean, Bradbury's sitting there and he's draped all over a couple of these crossing routes. It's really hard to be draped on a crossing route. It's physically really tough. You got to be quick, you got to be agile, and then I mean, some plays you can be in the best coverage you want to be in, and you're just not going to make the pass breakup because it's just great play by the offense. But now we get into we had special teams. Polarity did fantastic. Punt coverage unit did really well. Kickoffs did really well. But kicking, PATs, and field goals, one block kick, another one that's a miss because it was almost blocked, and then a missed extra point. Like, the offensive line wasn't blocking that great. And then Swole Kicker got it in his head, and that just sucked because he just went downhill from there. And that really kind of broke the confidence of the team, at least to me. Going into the next part, I mean, it's the coaching. And the coaching, once again, I mean, North Turner on a couple of these plays, he called a Madden game. He just kept calling the same play over and over and over again, and the Jags couldn't stop it. So, yeah, I mean, I want to give him an A for that. But then he goes on a 3rd and short and a 4th and short, and he calls a fake running play for CMC to throw the ball, trying to get a touchdown. Sure, if he makes it, he's a genius. But he didn't make it because they're expecting the ball to go to Christian McCaffrey. They're expecting a little bit of razzle-dazzle because that's what North Turner does. You got a 1.5 feet. Make the 1.5 feet. 2 downs to go a 1.5 feet. Go forward. Go directly forward. You have Dante Poe. You have Alex Arma. You can do absolutely fantastic things. Doesn't do it. He gets too cute. Just go forward and just get the yardage. Please just get the freaking yardage from now on. So coaching, like, to me, it just feels like it should be a C. We're winning with Kyle Allen as a quarterback, so maybe it's a solid B. But it still just doesn't make sense. Some notable things happened in this game, though. We had the Hall of Honor inductees for Jordan Gross, Steve Smith, Jake Delhomme, and Wesley Wallace, who I still think is one of the best tight ends to ever play the game. And then you go through and we have Luke Kuechly got 12 tackles. He only needed 8 to hit 1,000, so he's the first person to hit 1,000 tackles in 8 seasons. Absolutely fantastic. Ron Rivera is now the most winning coach in Panthers history at 74 wins, edging out John Fox by 1 game. Christian McCaffrey only needed like 50-something yards to hit 2,000 on his career. He blew that out the water. I mean, this was just a great game for a lot of the players. Brian Burns got his first career touchdown. It's game 5. He's got a touchdown. I mean, this guy is special, and I'm really excited to have him on the Panthers and see how he develops. Mario Addison has 7 sacks. I mean, he usually averages like 9 to 10 per season. He's got 7 already. It's week 5. He's got a ton of games to go. I'm really excited to see where he goes with this. This is going to be a fantastic defense if we can keep everybody there. I know that Trey Boston dropped an interception. I know James Bradbury dropped an interception. I know that the penalties kind of hamstrung us, and it really extended that last series, like an extra 4 minutes with all the extra Hail Marys that they got. At least it felt like that to me. I mean, that was a cardiac cat moment. But we walked away with a win. Jaguars played a great game. They were a non-disciplined unit. There were a lot of penalty flags. I still think the refs were ticky-tack. I didn't enjoy that part. It made the game slow down. But the players played a great game, and it was very enjoyable. It was great to watch. The defenses played very well at certain points. The offenses played very well at certain points, and it was just a lot of fun. The Panthers played extremely well in the run game for our offense, and just overall, being a clutch defense. It was a lot of fun to watch that. And it's Monday. I need to do a couple other videos. I want to do a breakdown of Kyle Allen because a lot of people are riding his hype train, and I'm not so sure I get it. He's done passable. He's done well. We've won. He's not losing the ball game, which is what I'm asking for a backup quarterback. And then we've got the Bucks and the Panthers in London. So absolutely, I'm ecstatic to do this game, even though I have to wake up super early to watch it. Anyway, this has been Ritter, and we'll see you next time.